You know, in the hotel industry, intuition used to be everything. A manager's gut feeling was king. But what if you could know what your guests wanted even before they do? Well, today we're diving into how AI is making that an actual reality, turning the whole guest booking process from a guessing game into a precise science. Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the intersection of hospitality operations and this incredible new technology. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey with us. We're here to help you grow into the next generation of industry leaders. So here's our roadmap for this session. We'll start by exploring the big shift from old-school intuition to data-driven intelligence. Then we'll really unpack the analytical power of AI. After that, we'll get practical and look at the key strategies this technology unlocks. And finally, we'll look ahead to the future of the guest experience. Sound good? Let's jump in. To really get a handle on this revolution, we first have to understand the evolution. For decades, hotel management has been this careful blend of experience and, well, a whole lot of intuition. But believe me, the game has completely changed. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. The traditional approach was all about looking backward, right? You'd use last year's averages, do some manual analysis, and basically make reactive decisions. But today, AI lets us be proactive. It's analyzing data as it happens, in real time, to find predictive patterns. Honestly, it's the difference between driving while staring in the rearview mirror versus having a super smart GPS mapping out the road ahead. So, what's the secret sauce here? How does AI actually manage this incredible shift from just reacting to the past to actually predicting the future? Well, it all comes down to its unbelievable analytical power. It really breaks down into a pretty logical four-step process. First, the AI system just drinks up massive amounts of data. We're talking search histories, past booking records, loyalty profiles, you name it. Then, its machine learning algorithms get to work, finding hidden patterns that, frankly, no human could ever hope to spot. Third, it starts to predict guest intent. Are they just browsing, or are they this close to booking? And finally, and this is the crucial part, it recommends specific strategic actions the hotel can take to seal the deal. Okay, so that's the theory. But what I find really fascinating is how all this brain power, this analytical muscle, translates into real-world strategies that actually drive revenue and make the guest experience way, way better. And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. It's all powered by some seriously sophisticated platforms. You've got tools like Revinate, which are all about creating this incredibly deep profile of each guest. Then there are others like Duetto that work almost like a stock market for hotel rooms, adjusting prices on the fly. And then you have powerhouses like IDSG3, which use machine learning to forecast future demand. Together, this is the high-tech toolkit for any modern revenue manager. Let's start with a foundational concept, the booking window. It sounds a bit technical, but it's super simple. It's just the period of time between when a guest clicks book and when they actually show up at the front desk. And let me tell you, understanding this metric is absolutely crucial. Now, here's where AI starts to blow things wide open. It shows us that not all booking windows are created equal. As you can see here, leisure travelers, they tend to book way further in advance, giving hotels lots of time to plan. But business travelers, they're often booking much, much closer to their arrival. So the key takeaway is that by seeing these distinct patterns, a hotel can customize its pricing, its marketing, and its availability for each of those groups. It's targeted, it's smart. All right, let's talk about a huge headache for pretty much every hotel out there, cancellations. A rate of 25% is not uncommon at all, and sometimes it's even higher. Think about that. That's a quarter of your expected revenue that could just evaporate. It creates this massive cloud of uncertainty. So that's the problem, and it begs the big question for any hotelier, right? How in the world can we manage this risk and soften the financial blow from all these cancellations? Well, the answer, as you might have guessed, is in the data. You know, the old school way of dealing with this was just to overbook and kind of hope for the best. It was a blunt instrument, but AI gives us surgical precision. It can analyze exactly which channels, like the big online travel agencies, have the highest cancellation rates. And it can see which ones, like your own direct website, are much more reliable. This means the hotel can create a really targeted overbooking strategy that minimizes risk while maximizing every last dollar of revenue. And really, all of this, understanding the booking windows, predicting cancellations, It all leads to the holy grail of modern hospitality, true personalization. When you understand a guest's past behavior, their preferences, and their patterns, AI can help you craft offers and messages that feel like they were made just for them. And that doesn't just make them more likely to book, it starts to build a real, lasting relationship. So as we look ahead, it's crystal clear that AI is shaping a future that's not only going to be more personal and more profitable, but also one that absolutely has to be guided by a strong sense of responsibility. And this is so, so important. We can't talk about any of this without talking about trust. All this incredible personalization is built on guest data, and handling that data responsibly with total transparency and respect for privacy, well, it isn't just a legal checkbox, it's the entire foundation. If guests don't trust you, the whole system just falls apart. And that brings me to my final thought, and it's really a question for you. As you prepare to become the future leaders in this industry, your challenge won't be to compete with AI, but to collaborate with it. So I'll leave you with this. As AI gets better and better at handling all the data and the analytics, how will your role, the uniquely human element of hospitality, evolve to deliver the warmth, the empathy, and the genuine connection that technology never will?